am doing a Facebook Live. It's my first one, so I'm hoping everything is going okay. If anyone is watching, and I see Carol, you're watching, can you indicate if you're hearing me okay? Anyway, I'm just going to go on as if everyone is. Okay, here we go. All right, Valentine's Day, a time for chocolates. I'm not supposed to have them, but here is the chocolate. And they're in a cute little Valentine box. And I want to show you 3 different ways on how to decorate them. But first, let's do an overview of the products. In the catalog on page 9, here are the little treat boxes. And I'm going to be using some of the products from this suite to decorate. First of all, I'm going to show you the designer paper, the Sweet Talk designer paper, and I'll show the real stuff in just a moment. There is red ribbon. There are beautiful iridescent rhinestones, and there's an embossing folder, which I will not be using tonight. So let's look at the designer paper. And I've cut them in half. I've cut them in half so that it's easier to manage. This is one side, and the other side, purple stripes. Gorgeous grape. And here are vertical stripes and lots of hearts. Some more hearts. Lots of hearts in this paper. Purple. And these I actually cut into little tags. Now, one thing I should mention with the designer paper, and I don't know whether a lot of people realize this, but you can actually, my fingers don't want to work, use one of the dies and cut out most of these hearts. So rather than fussy cutting, you can use the dies. Okay, if I can get one of the dies here to show you. Here's one of the dies that I'm going to be using. It's the Sweetheart dies. Just lay it right over. So you can die cut a lot of the hearts from this paper. And if you're going to be decorating the boxes, it's really a good idea to get a lot of embellishments ahead of time so that you can go and just decorate, which is what I did. Okay, the other, these are the embellishments. Can you see the sparkle? Okay, the ribbon, red ribbon. And the stamp set that I'll be using is the Sweet Conversation stamp set with the coordinating dies. And I'm also going to be using another stamp set called Gumball Greetings, and I'll be using the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment from that. So let's go on with the boxes. I'll just move some of this away here. I have a small working surface here, so okay, these are the boxes. They come 10 to a package, and this is the size. Now, they're all scored, ready for you to assemble. They even have double-sided tape on them. And to assemble them, it's really quite easy. You just fold at the score lines, and while I put the box together. Now, it has a flat side and a shiny side. I put the shiny side on the inside because if you're going to put candy, this is food safe, by the way, but if you're going to put candy in them, you want to put it on the shiny side. Okay, now I'm not going to put the box together now because I would recommend that you decorate the box before you put the box together. It's a lot easier when it's flat, when the surface is flat. All right, now let's do box number 1. Now this candy is just too tempting, so I'm just going to move it out of the screen for now. They'll be coming back, don't worry. Okay, let's do the first box, which is this one. And let's get all of everything that I need to, oh, this one is so tempting. Everything I need to make this, to decorate the box. And like I said, I did all of my embellishments ahead of time. Just to show you. These are all my embellishments. Okay, now, what I did to, on the designer paper on the front, I cut it to, I cut 2 pieces at 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, 2 different patterns. These are the 2 different patterns. And I cut them diagonally, and then I put them, and I just put them together like this. And because it has a little bit of a seam, what I did is, here we go. I cut a little piece and just laid it over top to hide the seam, Okay, so let's put that together on the box. Now, the front of the box, if you see the tabs with the tape on it, just turn it over, and that will be the top or the lid that you will decorate so that you don't get mixed up. So I'll just lay this like this, and we'll get the glue going. It's nice that the Tombow is working for me tonight. Sometimes the Tombow can get really, really finicky, especially on a cold night, and it has been really cold lately. I don't know about you, but this morning here in Peterborough, it was -27. It's enough to make the chocolate freeze in the treat boxes. Now, sometimes I like to put this little strip on before I add it to the top. We'll give it a try anyway. Okay. And I'll just trim this off here. Where did my scissors go? I must warn you, one of the things that I always lose when either I'm doing classes, I'll leave that one, or doing presentations, I always lose my bone folder. Don't ask me why, but I do. Okay, one of the other decorations that I have here is a little vellum envelope. Now, the vellum, you really can't see it all that well. So what I decided to do was to back it with real red. So what I did was I just die cut a real red one, and then just cut all of the pieces off except for this. And then I just added it to the back of the envelope, and that makes it easier to see. So here I have it all ready. And then I'll add that right about here. And because it's now cardstock, I can also use Tombow, and it won't show. Right about there. And then I have some hearts. I have this one, and I have, and these are, I die cut from the designer paper. They may not be exactly the same colors, but I'll just lay them out like that before I put them down. And then I have little ones, a lot of little ones, and sometimes it hurts your fingers to lay them down, but there we go, and I've got a few extras. So let's just add those, and I'm going to add this with dimensionals, and I already have the dimensionals put on the back. And this with a bit of Tombow. You can use dimensionals if you like. And I'm just laying them so that it looks like they're flowing out of the heart. Maybe I'll put this little red one up here. And up here. Now for the sentiment. Okay, now I've got a little ribbon. And this ribbon is from another suite in the catalog. It's on the horizon. There are two ribbons. There's a blue one and a pink one. And I just made a ribbon out of the pink one. And I'll just add that with a glue dot. I just might trim that back just a wee bit. There we go. Now, normally I'd like to make that a little bit stronger or shorter, but I made that one really tight. My goodness. Okay, just clear that out of the way. Now, what I did with the sentiment, I stamped it in real red on 1/4 inch strip, and then I cut it into 3 words and then added it to a piece of real red cardstock and added some dimensionals behind it, and then I'll just add it to my box. Happy Valentine's Day. These are the mini dimensionals. There we go. Happy Valentine's Day. And that is box number 1. Now, to put the box together, it's really not difficult. Once you've done one box, you've pretty well done them all. So just make sure all the folds are bent. And then you bring the bottom up. These little folds have to come into the center. Bottom up. And then once you've got it the way you like it, okay, so you bring this to the bottom, bring it up, and then you remove the tape on both sides, and you're going to press this against the bottom. Okay? All right, I'll show you that again. And if you want to do one side at a time, that's fine too. So the bottom, these little tabs in, fold these in. Make sure that your end is down, okay, and you make sure these ends are even. And there you go. One side, the other side. Yep, I just had it the wrong way in. No wonder it wouldn't stick. There we go. Isn't that nice? You don't have to put the tape down yourself. Now, all you need to do is add 1, 2, 3. Probably could get a 4th one in there but it does make the box bulge a little. Now, this is really tight to put in, so it stays nice and tight. And there you have your first gift to give to somebody. Okay, so that's the first one. Now, the second one, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to die cut an aperture in the lid. And I'm using one of the dies that comes with the stamp set. And to do that, you take your box, lay it flat, and again, this is the lid, and you put your designer paper on, and in this case, I've used the stripe, Highland Heather, thank you. And I put the heart in the center, and take your tape off very carefully, and you have an aperture, a hole, whatever. And then I cover it with a piece of window sheet, which, by the way, came from the stamp set. And I'll just take a little bit of Tombow, not too much. And I'll just smear it a little bit with my fingers. It's not as if you're making a shaker card. It's just to kind of protect it if you have smaller candy to prevent it from falling out. And even the bigger pieces, you don't want them kind of sticking their pieces out. And there we have, now if you have fingerprints or marks on this window sheet, you can take a little bit of alcohol and just wipe it off, and that gets rid of all that, the marks on the window sheet. Okay, now let's decorate the rest of the box. I have a ribbon. This is Gorgeous Grape. It's in the catalog. And I have several more hearts that I die cut. And I die cut a strip of this, which is where I get the little hearts from. And there we go. So let's start. And now for the Happy Valentine's Day, again, I used the stamp set from the Gumball stamp set, and in Gorgeous Grape. Okay, let's put this together. Now, I should have, in retrospect, put this on, I think I might have actually, put this on sticky sheets. I did too. I'd forgotten I did. No. Anybody hear a little mew in the background? Okay, well, that's not coming off very well. So I will, but if you use sticky sheets, it really makes putting this on so much easier. Now it's a little bit blobby. Okay, so as long as the cat doesn't go across the screen, I guess I'm okay to have company. Okay, alrighty. So I'm going to put this one here and this bigger one here. Now, they're a bit different than the sample piece. I hope I'm in camera. All right. And then I'll put the little ones around there. Now, I'm going to get some dimensionals. I want to put one behind this one. Now, you can decorate these boxes any way you wish. Now, these are just some suggestions. Now, this one, if you can't read it, it says, love you. And this one says, text me. There's all sorts of little messages on these hearts. And it's okay if you go over the other heart. And this one says, love you. And then the little hearts, again, you can put them wherever you like. I did put these on sticky sheets, but I guess maybe I had them sitting around for too long. And I should have another one. I don't see it, but it might crop up. Okay, the Happy Valentines, again on a 1/4 by probably 2.5, and I notched both ends and put some dimensionals on the back. Here on the bottom, and the ribbon with some glue dots. And yeah, right about here. And I'll trim that back a little bit. There. And oh, I must not forget my embellishments. I did not put it on the first one either, but I can. Where did they go? Oh, here, right under my nose. Do you ever have that when you're looking for something and it's right under your nose? Yeah. Alrighty. So I'll put a medium-sized one right on this heart here. And I'll put another one over here. And then they've got some little small ones here. And I'll put it right on this little one. There. Now I'll go back and put some embellishments on the other one. And now we'll put the box together, just like I did with the other one. Make sure everything is folded in. Remove the tape. And 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna sneak a 4th one in there. There we go. And like I said, this lid fits really tightly. Okay, and there is box number 2. So we have 1 and 2. So let's look at box number 3. I just take it one step up in a way in that I die cut 3 hearts. And I did it the same way. And what I did was I started in the center, die cut it, and laid out the other 2 hearts just to make sure that I had room. Or alternately, what you can do is you can start at the bottom to make sure you have room at the bottom. So die cut them and put some window sheet behind. See here, I put the designer paper and then I die cut 3 hearts. And again, some window sheet, put it on the back. And just by doing this, it gets your finger sticky, but the Tombow then doesn't ooze underneath the window sheet, which can be a problem This I found with making shaker cards. Okay, so there we have. And to decorate them, to do this, I actually now put my box together, because what I did was I tied a ribbon around the box. So let's do that. This is the fastest one. See, now I didn't fold this properly. There we go. If it doesn't want to go on its own, then go back in. It's like making a card with folds. You have to burnish the folds well. Okay, make sure, if you can't remember which side the tape was on, just feel it, and you can feel the sticky. There we go. Okay, so now I will take the ribbon. And I'm not very good with tying bows these days. My hands are a little bit sore. So I thought what I would do is I would just put the ribbon around like a little band and then adhere it with just a glue dot and then add the bow with the glue dot, rather than trying to tie it into a bow while it is on the box. Could cut that a little bit, but I'll put a glue dot down first. And if you feel that you're okay with, you know, bringing the ribbon around and then making a bow in one piece, then that's fine. Sometimes you have to make adaptations. I just cut that a little bit shorter. And now I'll take another glue dot and I'll add my bow. Now, from the designer paper, if you'll recall, I showed you that designer paper. I think it was the last one I showed you. I cut that out, and you can mat it with cardstock if you wish, but basically all I did was I trimmed it down and I notched it here. And then what I did with there's a stamp that says, "Be Mine," and I just stamped it right in the middle of the heart of this tag. And you just add the tag to your card. And I'll do that with, I think I'll do that with a dimensional, which I have on there already. Just stick it under there. There we go. And, of course, add some chocolates. Now, all of these supplies can be bought purchased through my online store. And I'll put the address on that in a moment. And the hostess code for the month is this, EXXJ9PYZ. So all of these supplies are from Stampin' Up. And they can be purchased through my online store. Now, I will be putting this video on YouTube in the next couple of days. And you can also check my blog post. There will be a blog post in the next couple of days. And my blog is CraftyMariaStampingWorld.blogspot.com, which was too much to write down. So there you go. If you go to Crafty Maria Stamping World, it'll come up. So there we go. We have treat boxes. Done 3 different ways. to give to your loved one or a friend or a neighbor on Valentine's Day. And I have a bonus one, which I made. I actually fussy cut images from one of the other, let's see if I can show it to you. It was quite laborious, therefore I did not do that as a sample. I don't see the page right here, but it has all little candies and everything on it, and I just decided I wasn't going to do that. But I quite like the way it turned out. So anyway, so have fun making those little boxes. They're really a good price. There's 10 in a package, and they are they're $13.50. So that's pretty good. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And I appreciate your support. 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, I really appreciate it. And thank you very much for listening. Bye now.